Sandtroopers.com. Never imitating, always innovating, bringing you the latest coverage in the Star Wars galaxy.
Welcome back, troopers, to another edition of Sam Watch Live. Today is part 2 of our review of the Imperial AT-AT from Hasbro. First off, let me start this review by saying a big sorry. It seems like I miscorrectly identified the packaging here. In my excitement when we stumbled onto Jabba the Hutt here, and even now with the AT-AT, it's the Shadows of the Dark Side packaging, people. So make sure, I'm sure it'll make all the difference when you ask the clerks there at the store for them toys. But anyhow, again, I do apologize. I hope we can all move on now, and we're going to get back into some of the features of this AT-AT. My son and I covered the handle and the head, and we went through and went into the inside and show you a little bit of that. Now we're going to show you where you can recreate one of the more iconic scenes from Empire Strikes Back. You drop the door down where Luke did his famous, toss the bomb up inside the AT-AT movie. You just reach in here, push the button, pull the cord down, and you talk about tailor-made for a figure. I wonder if it was because of this Luke Skywalker figure that led to this. If so, this is the best repack ever, or rehash, or I'm glad they had to make it so we could get this. But it's really cool. You take Luke and just hook him up. I like to just smash the harpoon right in there with his with the string, and it hooks right onto his arm. And it's kind of annoying, but you just click the button right here, and up he goes, right into the AT-AT, a little bit, I'm sure moms and dads will get sick of hearing that real quick. I wonder how good the motor is, how long it'll last, but hey, great job. There he is hanging, he can do his business, and and you wonder, this thing's so big, how could he survive that fall? He must have had to use the force to slow him down, brace the fall or something. But that is awesome. I think that's a great feature incorporated. Another major plus, given the AT-AT additional playability. And then we get into an area of this thing that, usually where us as collectors are catching it. Ooh, I better watch out. I'm going to clean my shelf off with this sucker. We sure don't want to do that. But the AT-AT is really cool in the sense that even though we didn't see the speeder bikes till Return of the Jedi, I gotta admit, the kid in me, I started messing around with this. Look at that, dude. I mean, come on. A speeder bike in the rear end was just, the ultimate. You couple that in with the $99 price tag, and Hasbro, I really do got to tip my cap to you on this one. I'm usually very, very critical in many of my reviews and things like that about the product, but this thing, it's just, other than these things up here, I'm not quite sure what these, I don't know if they were supposed to be turrets. Maybe if you pop open these little doors back here, you can pop these open. I don't know if maybe a AT-AT gunner station similar to the turbo tank thing they put out is in the future for it. I certainly wouldn't rule it out. And you know what, not for nothing, I wouldn't see anything wrong with them making a couple more bucks off of this thing. They priced it nice at $99.99, and I think it's very, very cool that they were able to do that for us. The speeder bike, it's just pretty much the same old bike. I'm not a big fan of these handles, though. Again, not to cry about nothing, but seriously, if you're gonna make sure it stays in there. But the play possibilities, again, are endless for this thing, and everything they put into it really made it above and beyond. The articulated legs, it can hold a three-legged pose pretty easy. So if you want to like smash snow speeder, I got an old beat up AT-AT here. I found this sucker one day, but again, I'm just using it here so you can kind of see how it stacks up. I'm probably going to be taking this. In fact, if I can just take a moment out, I'd like to thank Frank DeLorio for taking on the amazing task of doing the celebration dioramas, and I'm probably going to donate this and a few other things to Frank. If you can visit nubnubsuniverse.com, and if every one of us can send him an action figure or one or two things, I think it would go a long way in making the diorama area at Celebration 5 that much more special this year. Anyway, please help him out if you can. However, and again, if you want to see how this thing stacks up to something else really cool, I took the Legacy AT-AT, the Walmart exclusive, and what was really neat is when you drop it down, the landing platform here, and you pop this open, you know, you sure couldn't, you know, this old AT-ST, I was very opinionated on this, and I thought it looked kind of stupid, but you put it next to this thing, right? Now we're talking. You know, you could run over some supplies or something, or, you know, this thing doesn't look so ridiculous when you put it next to this now. When we had the smaller AT-AT before, you could very much see where that was a problem. High marks on this toy across the board, troopers. I really hope that you're able to track it down. They did. This ain't your daddy's AT-AT. This is an awesome piece. I think every collector, kid alike, is going to enjoy it. I really enjoyed reviewing it. I know Boba Binks enjoyed. He's ready. Every collector I know pretty much is chomping at the bit to get their hands on this thing. So I really encourage you to go out there and get it, and I hope that it's available, and I hope it's just one of them ones that's real easy to get your hands on. And I think most of us collectors are looking forward to the real vintage one that'll be coming to a Toys R Us store. I believe they said November. But again, 2 thumbs up, 5 stars, grand slam, slam dunk. I could think of a million different words to say this thing's great, but I'll just go ahead and say it again. This thing is great. Buy it. Highly recommended. Until next time, troopers, I'm Darth Spice. United we find.